As World War II raged, the feared German Air Force soared. But the real terror? 5 ace pilots ruling the skies. Time to uncover these masters of combat. Number 5. Vilhelm Batz. Born in the beautiful town of Bamberg, Batz embarked on his aerial journey, joining the Luftwaffe in 1935. His wings of expertise were perfected through rigorous flight training until 1939. Initially serving as a flight instructor, destiny beckoned him towards the role of a fighter pilot amid the daring backdrop of World War II in Europe, which kicked off on September 1, 1939. Fast forward to February 1, 1943. Batz wound up in the pot of battle and moved to the II-Gruppe of Jägerschwader 52, or JG-52, on the Eastern Front. The distinguished Hauptmann Johannes Steinhoff led the group as it moved its base through the Kuban bridgehead's shifting landscapes. In the skies over Anapa, Batz's ability took off as he defeated a Lovachkin-Gorbunov-Gudkov Lag 3 fighter for his first victory. But as the battle continued, the outcome turned out to be seriously arresting. On April 20th, an Ilyushin L-2 ground attack aircraft was destroyed, and this date was marked in Batz's aerial victories. However, despite the awards, unconfirmed claims, and victories, there was still a glimmer of doubt. Would Batz's path be one of constant success, or would the war change his destiny? On May 9th, Batz claimed yet another victory, and the narrative took a new turn. As the group leader, the weight of command now rested on his shoulders. His achievements earned him numerous medals, including the prestigious Iron Cross First Class, but his 36 victories soon became overshadowed by events unfolding in October 1943. By December 7th, Batz's score reached 75 victories, earned in battles around Kherson, Bahirova, and the Crimean Peninsula. But a daring attack off the coast of Iltigen came with a price. Batz was injured and forced to land. Home leave was in sight. But would his injuries and the physical and mental scars of war mar his return? The year 1944 brought new challenges and victories. On February 10th, Batz, not bothered about his injuries, scored his first 3 victories of the year. By March 22nd, his tally reached 100, earning him the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross. But the race for supremacy in II-Gruppe was still heated, with Barkhorn and Funnekold in pursuit. Batz's score stood at 101, but his future was far from certain. Obstacles loomed on the horizon, but could he overcome them and reach the pinnacle of his career? Time alone would tell. Fate smiled on Batz in April 1944, when he was promoted to captain. Soviet forces attacked a narrow land bridge held by the German 17th Army, igniting a fierce battle. The fighting saw Batz reach new heights as he shot down 11 Soviet aircraft in just 6 days, reaching 120 aerial victories on April 13th. Amidst the echoes of war, II-Gruppe relocated to Cape Scherzonez at Sevastopol Bay, where Batz faced a perilous aerial assault. A barrage of bomb splinters left him wounded, but undeterred. Grounded for 2 weeks, he defied doctors' orders and rose to command III-Gruppe on April 19th, succeeding the esteemed Gunther Rall. Tension heightened as Batz, now at the helm, claimed an astonishing 155 aerial victories by the end of May. The war was still far from being over. In a breathtaking twist, III-Gruppe moved to defend against the USAAF 15th Air Force in Romania. Batz was now faced with formidable foes, including the P-51 Mustang and B-24 Liberator. But on June 9th, he shot down his 170th aircraft over Lassi, reaching a new height in his career. But did he stop there? The answer is probably a big no. His tally of aerial victories continued to climb until it got to 237. These achievements cemented Batz's place as a highly decorated and respected fighter pilot. However, the war was nearing its end, and it was beginning to turn against Germany. The most gripping chapter unfolded on May 8, 1945, when, facing the impending Soviet forces, Batz and II-Gruppe faced a less painful decision. A ceasefire was ordered, and in a daring move, Batz and his crew flew his aircraft to Munich, where they surrendered to U.S. forces, becoming prisoners of war. Upon his release, he found himself in a defeated and devastated Germany. But this wasn't the end for him, as he was still arrested by the Soviet occupation forces he was trying to escape from. Despite the difficulties of the post-war years, Batz's legacy as a skilled and fearless fighter pilot would live on. His achievements were a testament to the power of determination and resilience in the face of adversity. Number 4. Otto Kittel. Although Kittel started making little waves after he joined the Luftwaffe in 1939, it was in 1941, during the attack on the Soviet Union, that he truly stood out. JG-54, stationed in Lindenthal near Rattenberg, played a crucial role in supporting Army Group North's advance. June 24, 1941 was the day that Kittel scored his first 2 victories, and by May 1942, his tally had quickly reached 19. He was a very young, fierce, and bold man. In December 1942, one Gruppe converted to the FW-190A4 at Heiligenbiel. After conversion training, the unit returned to Krasnogvardesk, where they engaged the Soviet forces during Operation Iskra. This operation aimed to break the German siege of Leningrad. On January 12, 1943, Soviet forces launched a major attack that was met with strong Luftwaffe resistance. In 2 separate missions that day, Kittel shot down 6 Soviet aircraft, earning his first ace-in-a-day achievement. This was quite a remarkable feat for sure. During the battle in 1943, JG-54 engaged in fierce clashes over Crimea, Vyazma-Bryansk, Vitebsk, Kharkiv, Orsha, and Oro. During the Battle of Kursk, Kittel's unit escorted Ju-87 Stukas, and on September 14, 1943, he notched his 100th victory. Recognized for his achievements, he received the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross on October 29, 1943. After the 123rd victory in Vitebsk, Kittel took on new roles, becoming an instructor in Ergänzungsjagdgruppe Ost, and later, on February 9, 1944, squadron leader of 3 Staffel of JG-54. His ascent in leadership, marked by significant milestones, from victories to promotions, showcased his prowess in the skies. But he was just getting started. On the eventful day of April 4, 1944, the skies were ablaze as Kittel soared to claim his 150th aerial victory. At the crack of dawn, one Gruppe leaped into action over the sea near Kunda, intercepting a squadron of Ilyushin L-2 ground attack aircraft and their formidable escort. In this intense 20-minute aerial clash, one Gruppe notched up 13 victories, including 4 Il-2s and 9 fighters, with the daring Kittel securing 5 of those triumphs, elevating his total to an impressive 151. Recognizing his outstanding prowess, on April 11th, Kittel was bestowed with the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross with oak leaves for his 152nd aerial conquest. The prestigious honor was presented by none other than Adolf Hitler himself at the grand ceremony held at the Berghof on May 5, 1944. Among the distinguished attendees were Anton Hofner, Alfred Gryzlowski, and a host of other gallant aviators who were also honored with oak leaves on that momentous occasion. Amidst the shifting battlegrounds, one Gruppe, now stationed in Skirotava, witnessed Kittel's meteoric rise, culminating in his 200th aerial victory on August 26. The dynamic landscape saw the detachment of 2 Staffel of one Gruppe on May 29, 1944, only to be reincarnated under Kittel's command on September 1, 1944. As a versatile leader, Kittel temporarily controlled the entire Gruppe in October, filling the void left by Hauptmann Franz Eisenach's home leave. But the pinnacle of Kittel's decorated career came on November 25, 1944, when he was honored with the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross with oak leaves and swords. The question is, for how long was he going to be celebrated? The same skies that once celebrated his triumphs turned somber on February 16, 1945, as Kittel's FW-190A8 met its fate southwest of Tukums over the Courland Pocket. While flying his FW-190A6 near Malgobek, Kittel was shot down by return fire from an Ilyushin Il-2 ground attack aircraft. His burning aircraft crashed 6 kilometers from where he was shot down. He suffered severe burns and died the next day. With a final count of over 267 aerial victories, Otto Kittel was just 28, yet one of the most successful fighter pilots of the Luftwaffe. He is buried at the War Cemetery in Rososhka, located near Kuban in Russia. Number 3. Gunther Rall. Born in Gaggenau, the heart of the German Empire, in March 1918, Rall's destiny intertwined with the rise of the Nazi Party in 1933. Opting for a military path, he enlisted in the army in 1936, transitioning to the Luftwaffe in 1938, earning his wings as a fighter pilot. In 1939, Gunther Rall was assigned to the legendary Fighter Wing 52. The wing was inactive during the invasion of Poland, but saw action during Fall-Gelb, the German invasion of France, and the Low Countries. On May 12, 1940, Rall shot down 3 French Curtiss H-75C1 fighters in his first dogfight, establishing his reputation as a skilled and determined pilot. But what more did the future hold for him? Surviving the intense Western Front battles, Rall's career truly took off when he took command of his squadron in the summer of 1941. He was soon transferred to the Eastern Front, where he truly established himself as one of the greatest fighter pilots of the war. During the fierce battles on the Eastern Front, Rall scored an impressive number of victories, cementing his place in history. The rest of his career would be filled with daring feats and dangerous missions. Despite being shot down in November 1941 and grounded for a year due to injuries, he had already claimed 36 aerial victories. His good job earned him the German Cross in Gold in December 1941, marking the initiation of a remarkable warrior. Returning in August 1942, Rall's prowess soared to new heights as he claimed 65 enemy aircraft, earning him the prestigious Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross on September 3, 1942. Undeterred, he pursued excellence, reaching the century mark by October and receiving the Knight's Cross with oak leaves. His ascent continued unrivaled, surpassing 200 victories in late August 1943 and culminating in the Knight's Cross with oak leaves and swords on September 12, 1943. Amidst the relentless uneasiness, Rall's combat endeavors on the Eastern Front were marked by extraordinary achievements. In April 1944, he transitioned to lead 2 Gruppe of Jagdgeschwader 11 in the defense of the Reich, where he faced his 3rd wound. A change in role beckoned as he undertook the unique task of flying captured Allied fighter aircraft, contributing to the German war effort. Rall is remembered as one of the most successful pilots of World War II. He is credited with downing 275 enemy aircraft and flying 621 combat missions. Despite being shot down 5 times and wounded 3 times, Rall was a resilient and tenacious pilot. He flew the iconic Messerschmitt Bf 109 for most of his career, claiming almost all his victories in that plane. His courage and skill in the air were unparalleled. Post-war, Rall's legacy extended beyond the battleground. Joining the West German Air Force in 1956, he assumed pivotal roles, serving as Inspector of the Air Force and representing Germany on the NATO Military Committee. His contributions were acknowledged with the Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany, a fitting tribute to a distinguished career that transcended wartime politics. Number 2. Gerhard Barkhorn. Born on March 20, 1919, in Königsberg, Prussia, Barkhorn's journey as a pilot is remembered with unparalleled bravery and remarkable accomplishments. Enlisting in the Luftwaffe in 1937, Barkhorn completed his training in 1939, stepping into the theater of war with determination. However, it wasn't until July 2, 1941, during his 120th mission, that he claimed his first victory against the Soviet Air Force while serving with the Jagdgeschwader 52 on the Eastern Front. Little did anyone know that this marked the beginning of an extraordinary legacy. Barkhorn's tally of 301 victories, all achieved over the Eastern Front, places him among the most deadly German pilots of World War II. His prowess is further highlighted by the fact that he earned the title of Ace in a Day on 5 separate occasions, a testament to his exceptional skill and tactical acumen. To truly understand this achievement, becoming an ace requires downing 5 aircraft, a feat Barkhorn accomplished with remarkable consistency. However, Barkhorn's journey was not without danger. He faced the harsh realities of aerial combat, surviving 9 crash landings, bailing out once, and enduring severe wounds twice. His resilience in the face of adversity painted a vivid picture of his unyielding spirit and dedication to his mission. Noteworthy is Barkhorn's compassion amid the chaos of war. Despite his incredible success, he developed a reputation for letting his wingmen take credit for victories, displaying a rare humility. In a remarkable moment, he signaled to a Soviet pilot whom he had severely damaged to bail out, sparing the enemy's life. When questioned about this act by fellow ace Erich Hartmann, Barkhorn's response revealed a profound empathy for the humanity on both sides of the conflict. In recognition of his extraordinary achievements, Barkhorn was awarded the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross with oak leaves and swords in March 1944 for reaching 250 aerial victories. However, despite achieving his 301st and final victory on January 5, 1945, and securing the position of the second highest scoring pilot in history, Barkhorn did not receive the diamonds to his Knight's Cross with oak leaves and swords. Speculation suggests that his lack of commitment to the Nazi cause may have played a role in this decision, showcasing Barkhorn's principled stance even in the face of wartime recognition. In the early hours of May 31, 1944, the legendary Gerhard Barkhorn embarked on a fateful mission in his fearsome Me-109 G6, setting the stage for a day of aerial prowess that would etch his name into the annals of World War II history. Unknowingly to him, this day would test his might in ways that few could fathom. While the sun barely graced the horizon, Barkhorn engaged in his second mission, a breathtaking display of skill that saw him downing 4 Soviet aircraft in a mere 7 minutes. The intensity only escalated with his 6th mission later that evening. He experienced fatigue, but duty called, as he escorted Junkers Ju-87 Stuka dive bombers. Despite radio warnings of lurking Russian fighters, exhaustion gripped him. Suddenly, a Soviet Bell P-39 Cobra pounced on him, inflicting severe damage. Hit in the arm and with a shattered kneecap, Barkhorn defied the odds, refusing to bail out and skillfully crash-landing his crippled aircraft. A field hospital became his haven, narrowly sparing his leg from the threat of amputation. It took a grueling 5 months for him to return to the skies. Do you think he was done? Not yet. Fast forward to April 21, 1945, and Barkhorn soared to his 1,104th mission, this time aboard the unpredictable Messerschmitt Me-262 jet fighter. Fate, however, had its plans. The starboard engine succumbed, forcing a harrowing landing that left Barkhorn once again battered and bruised. Rushed to the hospital, his recovery mirrored the ebb of the war. Captured by the Allies, he tasted freedom once more in September 1945. The post-war chapter of Barkhorn's life unfolded in unexpected ways. In 1956, he joined the West German Federal Air Force, eventually ascending to the prestigious role of Chief of Staff of NATO's 4th Allied Tactical Air Force, securing the rank of Lieutenant General before his retirement in 1975. Yet, tragedy struck on a wintry night near Cologne on January 6, 1983. A car crash claimed the life of his wife Christel and left Barkhorn unconscious until his passing on January 8, 1983. Erich Hartmann, the only pilot to surpass Barkhorn's kill count, paid the ultimate tribute. He was the fighter commander of whom every fighter pilot dreams. Leader, friend, comrade, and father. The best I ever met. Barkhorn was an unforgettable man, and his legacy endures as a testament to his indomitable spirit and unparalleled skill in the skies. Number 1. Erich Alfred Hartmann. As the #1 most successful German pilot, sorry if I become biased by giving Erich more attention. Erich Hartmann, born on April 19, 1922, in Weissach-Württemberg, embarked on a remarkable journey that transcended continents and soared through the tumultuous skies of World War II. His early years unfolded against the backdrop of economic hardship, prompting a relocation to Changsha, China. Nestled on the banks of the Jiang River, the Hartmanns embraced a tranquil life until the specter of the Chinese Civil War forced them back to Germany in 1928. Erich's introduction to aviation came courtesy of his trailblazing mother, Elizabeth, one of Germany's pioneering female glider pilots. Under her guidance, young Hartmann earned his glider pilot's license in 1936, stepping into the world of aviation at a tender age. The Hartmann matriarch, with the backing of the Nazi government, established a flying school in Wilhelmshohenbuch, where Erich, though youthful, assumed the role of an instructor. The winds of war swept Erich into the folds of the Luftwaffe as he commenced training on October 1, 1940. His journey unfolded in a series of assignments, with the 10th Flying Regiment in Neukölln, marking his initial foray into military aviation. The subsequent years witnessed his progression through various flight and fighter schools, each step refining his skills and shaping his destiny. March 1942 proved pivotal as Hartmann landed at Zerbst-Anhalt for training on the iconic Messerschmitt Bf-109. A moment of indiscipline during aerobatics over the airfield resulted in sanctions and fines, teaching him the crucial lesson of self-discipline. Ironically, this disciplinary episode became a twist of fate, saving Hartmann's life when a fellow pilot met a tragic end during a training mission in Erich's aircraft. Graduating in August, Hartmann emerged as a formidable marksman, earning placement in the Fighter Supply Group East in Upper Silesia. This marked the inception of his illustrious combat career, where his aerial prowess would soon earn him a place among the most deadly German pilots of World War II. In 1942, Erich Hartmann embarked on a chapter of his legendary career, joining Jagdgeschwader 52 in Maikop, Soviet Union. Assigned to Major Hubertus von Bohnen's 3 JG-52, he found guidance under the mentorship of the seasoned Oberfeldwebel Edmund Robben. Hartmann's initial foray into combat on October 14th encountered turbulence as he faltered, crashing his Bf-109 due to fuel depletion. Major von Bohnen, unyielding in discipline, mandated 3 days of ground crew duty as penance. Undeterred, Hartmann's prowess emerged, marking his debut kill on November 5th by downing an Aleutian Il-2. As 1942 concluded, he scored additional victories, foreshadowing the reign of a formidable ace. During the fight on the Eastern Front in 1943, Hartmann's skills soared. Influenced by accomplished comrades like Alfred Gryzlowski and Walter Krupinski, Krupinski's counsel urging proximity to adversaries resonated with Hartmann, forming the bedrock of his doctrine. When he fills the entire windscreen, you can't miss. This approach characterized Hartmann's meteoric rise during the Battle of Kursk, where he dismantled Soviet aircraft with relentless precision. By August 19th, his tally soared to an astonishing 90 victories. A dramatic turn of events occurred when, supporting Ju-87 Stukas, Hartmann's aircraft succumbed to damage, forcing him behind enemy lines. Crafty and resourceful, he escaped capture, resuming his place in the ranks. Decorated with the Knight's Cross on October 29, 1943, when his kills numbered 148, Hartmann's reputation kept increasing. The Eastern Front sky bore witness to his black tulip-adorned aircraft, named Karaya-1, striking fear into the Soviets who called him the Black Devil. In a bold escape, Hartmann fled captivity during a Stuka attack, reinforcing his mythic aura. Recognized with the oak leaves of the Knight's Cross in March 1944 at Hitler's Berghof, he returned to JG-52. The Eastern Front's theater expanded as Hartmann engaged American aircraft over Romania, solidifying his status as an air combat virtuoso. By January 1, 1944, his tally reached a staggering 159 victories. But was he done? Once again, his prowess unfolded on May 21st near Bucharest, where he engaged in a fierce dogfight with a squadron of P-51 Mustangs, claiming his first 2 American kills. The thrill of the victory only intensified on June 1st near Ploietsky, where 4 more adversaries succumbed to the lethal precision of his guns. As the summer of 1944 came, so did Hartmann's relentless pursuit of aerial dominance. By August 17th, he soared to an unprecedented 274 victories, securing his status as the top-scoring ace of the war. A mere week later, on the 24th, he achieved a breathtaking feat by downing 11 aircraft in a single day, catapulting his tally to an astonishing 301 victories. Such prowess caught the attention of Reichsmarschall Hermann Göring, who, fearing the potential blow to Luftwaffe morale in case of Hartmann's demise, promptly grounded him. In recognition of his extraordinary achievements, Hartmann found himself summoned to the Wolf's Lair in Rastenburg. Here, amidst the echoes of history, Adolf Hitler adorned him with the diamonds to his Knight's Cross, marking a testament to his unparalleled skill. A 10-day leave followed, during which Luftwaffe's Inspector of Fighters, Adolf Galland, made persuasive attempts to lure Hartmann into the Messerschmitt Me-262 jet program. Flattered, but resolute in his loyalty to JG-52, Hartmann declined, not once, but twice. As winter turned to spring, Hartmann continued his relentless pursuit of victories, reaching the remarkable count of 350 on April 17th. With the war's ending looming, he notched his 352nd and final triumph on May 8, intercepting 2 Soviet fighters engaged in daring aerobatics. Although he claimed one, the imminent arrival of American P-51s prevented the capture of the second. Returning to base, Hartmann, now facing a different battle, directed his men to destroy their aircraft before surrendering to the U.S. 90th Infantry Division. Yet surrender did not bring respite for Hartmann. Despite yielding to the Americans, the Yalta Conference's terms dictated that units predominantly engaged on the Eastern Front must capitulate to the Soviets. Thus, Hartmann and his comrades were handed over to the Red Army. His ordeal continued as Soviet custody subjected him to threats, interrogations, and attempts to coerce him into joining the newly formed East German Air Force. Fiercely resisting, Hartmann was unjustly charged with fabricated war crimes. Following a show trial, he faced a harsh sentence of 25 years of hard labor, enduring a challenging journey through various work camps. Finally, in 1955, with the intervention of West German Chancellor Konrad Adenauer, Hartmann found his path to freedom. Recovering from the trials of captivity, he joined the West German Bundesluftwaffe, marking the beginning of a new chapter for the legendary ace. Tasked with leading the inaugural all-jet squadron, Jagdgeschwader 71, Reichsstaufen, Hartmann left an indelible mark by adorning the noses of their Canadair F-86 Sabres with his iconic black tulip design. Zooming into the tumultuous 1960s, Hartmann took a bold stance against the Bundesluftwaffe's inclination for the Lockheed F-104 starfighter, convincingly deeming it unsafe. His foresight unfortunately materialized as over 100 German pilots paid the ultimate price in F-104 related mishaps. Despite being a lone sentinel against the starfighter, Hartmann's superiors, deaf to his cautionary whispers, compelled him into early retirement in 1970, saluting him with the title of colonel. The curtains of his official military career drawn, Hartmann transitioned into a role as a flight instructor in Bonn, where he continued to grace the skies in demonstration shows alongside Galland until 1974. Grounded temporarily in 1980 by the unwelcome intrusion of heart problems, Hartmann, displaying an indomitable spirit, soared back into the clouds 3 years later. Yet as the years passed, the once prominent ace began to retreat from the public eye, seeking solace in the quietude of his life. Erich Hartmann bid farewell to this earthly realm on September 20th, 1993, in Weil im Schönbuch. His legacy resonates in the heavens as the highest-scoring ace of all time. Remarkably, he defied the grim statistics of wartime aviation, never tasting the bitter sting of enemy fire, and perhaps even more astonishingly, ensuring the safety of his wingmen who soared beside him. The skies, once ruled by his mastery, now hold the echoes of a flying legend who soared to great heights. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to show your support and help us bring you more incredible stories from history. And we'd love to hear from you. What other historical figures would you like to learn about?